Hello fellow Star Wars fans, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that other people have kind of hinted at. In fact, in the book Vader, The Rise of the Dark Lord, it's kind of hinted at too. And it's how Palpatine felt right after Anakin lost his duel to Obi-Wan. Now, it's been well documented how Vader felt post that just epic defeat. Not only was he broken in body, but he was broken in spirit. And Palpatine, for a split second, after showing up to Mustafar and kneeling down beside Anakin, almost just left him there. Because, Anakin was supposed to be the chosen one. He was supposed to not only bring balance to the Force, but Anakin was extremely powerful. His midichlorian count was through the roof, which granted him access to more, I can't say more Force abilities, but more genuine Force power. He was just stronger because of all those midichlorians. And so the Palpatine, he was extremely tempting. He was like, finding the best athlete in the world and, realizing that, hey, I could bring him to come play for my team. So, for Palpatine, Anakin, as a whole, was super tempting. He wanted Anakin for his power, for his destructive nature, for that deep well of anger and resentment that just, grew within him. I mean, Anakin as a child knew he couldn't do anything, so he made the best of a bad situation. However, as he got older and how poorly he was treated at the Jedi Temple, there was a great swell of just bitterness in him, which only lended itself to Palpatine. However, after the fight, and seeing how badly scarred and just epically damaged Palpatine was ready to cut his losses. He could always find somebody else. Another Force sensitive he could bring up. He could train. And honestly, Palpatine did. He found other apprentices. And basically left Vader to his own devices. I mean, the suit in and of itself was designed to fail. It was designed to be extremely sensitive to Force lightning. And Vader could not survive without that suit. And Palpatine watched him struggle to basically having to relearn the Force. Palpatine basically said, hey, you're supposed to be this chosen one. You're supposed to be this extremely powerful person. Yet most of your strength is gone. Why would I waste time on you? You could almost see the parallels between Darth Vader and Darth Bane whenever Darth Bane fell from the graces of the Sith teachers at their academy. And, Palpatine actively looked for other people. He had his Emperor's hands. He toyed with the idea of training Mara Jade and a bunch of the other people, but they've all failed. By the time Vader, really felt like he could give himself to the dark side, Palpatine had trained and let succeed several different apprentices. But he always had to go back to Vader because Vader was coddled a little bit, which irritated Palpatine. So by the time Vader, really was able to be on his own, had a hunger and a thirst for the dark side, Palpatine basically said, well, hell, you're basically the last one left. So we'll see what happens. I'll give you little tidbits here and there and yonder. But he didn't see Vader the way he saw Anakin. And I think that drove Vader to push more, to do everything he can to study the Force at large, to learn from the holocrons, to learn from any little tidbits here and there he could from Palpatine, and to really just dive deep. Because Vader knew that if he ever slipped up, Palpatine would kill him in a heartbeat, or just leave him there to die. He knew that, which drove Vader. And Palpatine finally saw Vader as a viable apprentice. Anakin was gone. What made Anakin so tempting had left. And so now there was only Vader. And it took Vader a long time to gain any good graces in Palpatine's sight. Palpatine wanted a professional athlete and ended up with someone who's the equivalent of a junior high athlete. And was really willing just to cast him aside. Yeah, whatever. I mean, no one knew who Vader was. Nobody cared. If Vader died, Palpatine didn't care. And that's what makes Palpatine such a delicious villain, is that even though he completely destroyed Anakin, he didn't care. He really didn't. And so, seeing Palpatine just treat everyone like a toy just gives more of an emotional payoff when he did end up dying. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Palpatine? Did y'all know that, he was willing to leave Anakin there on the shore side of Mustafar, basically to burn up? Well, let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.